Hello, hello, and welcome to Art Snack. Art Snack is that time of day when we take just a short break from our hectic schedule to talk about art. Remember to hit that subscribe button for daily and consistent content. Hello, hello, and welcome to Art Snack. Art Snack is that time of day when we take just a short break from our hectic schedules to talk about art. My name is Jennylynd James, and I'm an artist who enjoys painting singers, dancers, and musicians in acrylic and making them come alive on the canvas. With me today, based in Liverpool, UK, from Jamaica originally, is Desanna Watson. Hello, Desanna.
Hi, Jennylynd. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today on Art Snack. Much appreciated. So, Desanna, tell me a bit about your journey as an artist. When did you realize that you like to draw, paint, tell stories in art?
I realized that I was interested in visual arts when my counselor, when I was 9 years old, gave me an activity to draw something.
Yes.
And I noticed that based on what was drawn or painted, it would give a different perception.
Right.
And in my 9-year-old mind, I was like, art is a superpower. And from then I knew that this would be something that I would be doing for a long time.
Yes.
At first, maybe not as a career, but as I grew older, I recognized that this is definitely the path I wanted to take.
Excellent. And so you studied art in school. Tell us a bit about your art education.
I studied visual arts at the Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, and that is where I received my BFA in painting. Prior to that, I also did visual arts in CSEC, which is
Okay, so in high school, yes, you did visual arts. And in terms of media, like when you were studying, what was your favorite, if you had a favorite media?
In high school?
Yes.
In high school, it was actually ceramics. In high school, it was ceramics.
Wow.
But as I got to college and I was exposed to all these different things,
yes.
I realized I was having a challenge choosing.
Okay.
Because there were just different things that different mediums allowed me to say. And yes. I think that's the reason why I'm a mixed media artist today, because I can't choose. I love them all for different reasons.
And I always tell people, why stick to one media?
Well, you can use all.
Exactly. And on different themes and topics as well, because art gives us that voice, to say what we want. Now, you have an exciting story. You're currently in Liverpool, and I want you to tell everybody what you're doing there and the project, because it's very exciting.
I am doing two things in Liverpool.
Yes.
I came for the opening of my very, very first international exhibition. I'm a part of an exhibition called Jamaica Making.
Okay.
And it is an all Jamaican art exhibition, the first of its kind in Liverpool.
Wow.
And it features the collection of a prominent Jamaican art collector, Theresa Roberts. So the curator for the exhibition, Dr. Emma Roberts. Mm-hmm. She is the dean, one of the deans of international relations at the Liverpool John Moore University. She came to my final year exhibit in 2018.
In Jamaica?
And yes, in Jamaica.
Oh,
and she had viewed the exhibit at the time for the final year group, and she was really inspired to showcase Jamaican art in the city where she worked, which is Liverpool.
Okay, yes.
So she had this brilliant idea to have an all Jamaican art exhibition. Now, on her journey, she met upon the collection of Theresa Roberts, which is a very prominent collector of all Jamaican art.
Yes.
But one of the things that Dr. Roberts really wanted to do was to stay true to the nature of what Theresa Roberts would do. And so she decided to select an artist's work from an upcoming Jamaican artist that she really felt represented contemporary Jamaican art, because every other piece in the collection would represent other great Jamaican artists coming up throughout the years.
Yes.
And so that's how my work was selected. But also because of the theme of my work.
Yes.
My work speaks to how the city of Kingston was developed through over the years, and it speaks to how space is developed based on access to money and the movement of people with status and resources and influence. Okay. So that became a great part of it. Yes. Not only that, but Jamaica and Liverpool has a historical linkage, and my work speaks to the fact that that linkage between Jamaica and Liverpool is embedded in even our street names and how the city of Kingston is developed and has continued to develop over the years. So it fell into place. So my work was already that, but then it really fell into context.
Very good, very good. Yes, I know quite a few Jamaicans arrived in Liverpool by ship and settled there.
And I'm also an artist in residence at the Liverpool John Moore University, where my sole purpose of being here is to bring attention to Jamaica through talking about Jamaican art, and then use my art and my experiences as a vehicle to encourage young people in the community of Liverpool.
Okay, so please show me a sample of your work for the Artist in Residence project.
Okay, so that project is called Remapped, and I do have a sample here. And the map, well, the project really is it's a project where people are exposed to maps that are unfamiliar to them, and they go through 5 to 8 guided steps of transforming the map and making it their own. And it's really to challenge people on the ideals of city development and to let them recognize that we impose onto space as much as it imposes itself onto us and all of its histories.
Right.
And it's really been a beautiful project, seeing people of different age groups and just categories of people bring their own ideas to this conversation, and that's really the purpose of it.
Okay, well, thank you. Now I'm going to share some of your artwork, and I believe this is artwork currently on display at your exhibition. Is that correct?
I'm not seeing what's on your screen, but
okay, I'm going to pull up.
No, that's not the one.
All right.
That is on display.
Well, what we'll do, we'll go through the pieces and then let us know which one you have in the current exhibition. So please tell us about this piece.
This is actually a mixed media installation. So what you're looking at is threads that have been tacked into plywood to give that web-like effect.
Yes.
And then behind the thread is a collage that is a mixture of articles that made headlines in the newspaper, which spoke to gender-based violence. And it was actually a collection, a part of a collection called Fractures. And speaking about the realities of women in Jamaican society currently. So the inspiration behind this was gender-based violence and me trying to find to find the source of the problem and just meeting upon these endless possibilities of what it might be.
Okay, and trying to find if there is a solution. Right.
Yes.
Interesting concept, and we could see a web of problems
web of possibilities.
Okay. Now this piece, please tell me what this piece represents.
This piece is called Contractual Agreement. No, sorry. Women and Ownership, Her Stories. And it is a piece that tracks the narrative of the feminine body being often treated and seen in the very same way that property is seen, something that can be acquired. So along the piece, to the vertical panel, you will see what seems to be random land masses, but they actually aren't. It's actually places across the world where the feminine body is still seen as commodity and can be used as such. And the concept is that even though in Jamaica you can't physically buy a woman, a man can't physically do that, the mindset is still very similar, and it feeds into a lot of the gender-based violence. What you're not able to see is the finer details of the piece, which is the collage elements, which are actually bits and pieces of different types of contractual agreements, different types of sales agreements, even marriage certificates, just talking about these different binding contractual things. And that will make a woman feel that she definitely is confined to a particular situation, as probably a land would be to somebody that is
like
owned.
Property.
Yes.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Okay, and this piece?
This piece is called Feminine Topographies. And one of the things I always refer to in my work are maps.
Okay.
Different types of maps, because my entry point is always space. And so in this piece, you see different bodies, different feminine bodies juxtaposed around different land masses. And the thing is, you can decide what the yellows mean, or the blue, or the pinks, or the browns mean. But the reality is that whatever it represents to you, whether it be buildings or categories of people, women always have to become different things and operate differently in different spaces in order to survive in the general world. And so the story tells the narrative of how one woman has to shape shift in order to survive. And that's a simple way to put it, but this conversation goes way deeper.
Yes. So your work is quite profound and very important conversations that people need to have.
Thank you.
Okay, this one.
Thank you. This piece is called Behind the Surface. Behind the Surface, and it's actually two paintings. One is attached to the front of the frame, and the other is to the back.
Okay.
And it has been cut out to reveal the other.
Yes.
And it's really having a conversation about what the surface looks like. It's fine. It seems that nothing is happening, but beyond the surface, there are conversations about what's happening to real people and real women that we need to talk about.
Right. So we have these words here: you saw, said nothing, turned away, and you care now.
Yes. And the part that you're not seeing says, because a woman who you love became a victim to the same system that you turned a blind eye to.
Okay.
So it's a call to accountability.
And under the same theme of gender-based violence.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
So tell me a bit about this piece.
So this piece is quite close to my heart. This piece is called Acquisition, and yet again, it was from that same series about called Fractures. And I have included in this piece a lot of my poetry and my thoughts.
Okay.
And it's talking yet again about the woman's body, and it's juxtaposed quite interestingly with maps of just random spaces and different types of communities. And in this piece, in one of the details, I'm talking about this idea of we're first a woman, where I'm a woman before I'm a sister, I'm a wife, I'm all those things. I'm a woman first. And it's really a call for us to recognize that wherever we go in the world, that is our first identity, whichever space we are in.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Liverpool School of Art and Design, John Lennon Building. So tell us about this artwork, please, Desanna.
This art piece is called Retention of a Colonial Past, and it is a 75 feet wide mixed media piece.
75 feet. That is a huge piece of art.
Yes, it took quite some time to do. The piece tracks the development of the city of Kingston, and it tracks the retention of Jamaica's colonial heritage and how it has been imprinted onto the space. So in the piece, there's a lot of images of maps of Jamaica at different parts, not of Jamaica, of Kingston, Jamaica, at different decades.
Okay.
And it is a conversation about how space is developed or lack thereof based on who is living there at what particular time. One of the key features in this particular piece is the use of street names. And it is bringing some attention to the fact that different streets were named because of different reasons. So whether you're looking at a Duke Street or a Love Lane or a Rum Lane, these names that we just passively move about our day and we don't think about it because we just came and saw it.
Yes.
They have a history, and a lot of those histories are dictating what we can and cannot do in our spaces. And so the piece is that conversation for people to recognize that even contemporary Jamaica and how we develop space has a lot to do with that colonial heritage.
Yes, definitely. So tell me what, it's a collage. So what material was used in creating this massive piece of art?
Paint, screen printing ink, created paper, newspaper, maps, assorted fabric, threads, there's embroidery. I think that's it.
And did you get
and other mixed media that I can't remember right now?
Okay, so did you get assistance in assembling all the pieces of the collage, or you did it all by yourself?
My mom and my sister, they are my team. My mom, my sister, and my brother, they are my artist team.
Okay.
And a lot of these things we gathered together.
Yes.
And we took time to do the layering.
And how long did this work take you? Because it is, it looks like an ominous job, just as an observer.
Well, I will say, because the artwork begins before you actually put the pen to paper. In thought, the piece took 4 years to develop.
Ooh,
but
you had the ideas ruminating.
Yeah. But the actual piece took 5 months to come together.
Okay.
Yes.
Fabulous, fabulous. And so tell me a bit about the exhibition. Who else is in this exhibition?
So this piece is a part of an exhibition called the Jamaica Making Exhibition.
Yes.
And it features my work along with Omar McKay, another contemporary Jamaican artist, and the collection of a woman called Theresa Roberts. She's a brilliant collector of only Jamaican art. Okay. And so she has in her collection some of the best Jamaican art post-colonialism. Okay. And so the piece is the exhibition honors Jamaican art through this collection. Okay. And so my work complements the exhibition.
Yes, contemporary piece. Well, congratulations. It looks grand. I wish I was in Liverpool to come and see it this week. I would surely be there.
Well, I was in July.
I will send relatives to visit. Thank you. So tell us a little bit about your work as an art educator.
As an art educator, I work at the Wycliffe Martin High School in St. Mary, Jamaica. And at the moment, I am the only art teacher. So I teach grade 7 to 11. And that would mean that I'm teaching from the introductory stages of visual arts. And I'm also teaching the examination group. So Jamaica, we have a regional examination, CXC. And so we have the examination students, they have 2 years that they prepare for that exam. And so my role really is to assist them in preparing their sample pieces for this examination, of course, and also their journal, which is a theoretical element of visual art. And of course, to the grade 7 to 9, the foundational elements, and to also help them to bring in that interest so that they will indeed pursue visual arts as a subject area and of course a profession in future.
Right, right. Well, keep up the great work. You're very enthusiastic. I'm sure your students have a great time in your classes. And tell the viewers where they can see more of your work.
I have a website.
Yes.
And it's my full name, Desanna Watson. It's DESANNAWATSON, then art.squarespace.com. But if that's too long, you can find me on Instagram, and all of that information is in the link in my bio. Yes. So on Instagram, I am Desanna, DESANNA.W.art. You can find everything else there.
Okay. Well, thank you. And I will put that information here on the video. Thanks so much for your presentation today. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and congratulations again. Viewers can also find my work at jennylyndjames.com/art and on Facebook and Instagram at Art by Jennylynd James. That's Art by Jennylynd James. I'd also like to encourage viewers to sign up for my new workshop, Artist DIY, helping emerging artists to succeed. So you will find more information in the description box. That's all we have time for today. Remember to hit the subscribe button so you can get daily and consistent content. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks again. Bye-bye, everybody.